Ladies and gentlemen, it's Championship Thursday here in the Midwest F1 League, and Division 5 has a hot one. Only 22 points separate A-Dub and Cynical. Now, this 5.8-kilometer circuit of Silverstone and its two DRS zones all have potential to make for some unbelievably exciting overtakes here and one heck of a Grand Prix. Drivers tonight will especially need to be aware of track limits, as one time penalty could be the difference between a championship and losing it. And hopefully we get a very good race here. As I said, we are at Silverstone. This is the season finale. Here, I believe this is Season 6 we're officially in now. Division 5. This division hasn't gotten much coverage so far this year, but this is, I believe, the closest championship battle in the Midwest F1 League. Once again, only 22 points separate A-Dub and Cynical. Only 14 drivers on the grid tonight, but that's no matter. We got the two important ones, that being Cynical, that also being A-Dub there in the Alpine. It's going to be a fun one, hopefully. Drivers are going to have to give it everything in the qualifying session, and, while we have a off moment here. This is obviously the Silverstone race weekend as well in real life, so that's good to see. Silverstone typically is a very, very fun race to have, and it looks like we're going to have an Aston Martin out first, that being, if it's an Aston Martin, if there is one, perhaps. No, I thought I saw it come out of the Aston Martin garage. No, it looks like it's actually going to be. No, it's not Frenchie. It is A-Dub. A-Dub in the Alpine is first out on track. Take a look and see what tire people are on. It looks like a lot of them have chosen the soft. Good little mix there. 5 drivers on the mediums, that being Call Me Maybe, EDA Monkey Mafia, Frenchie, Green Hornet, and Beagle Hunter. So it should be interesting to see here. I don't typically expect drivers to be monkeying around, per se, with the tire strategies in the qualifying session, especially here in the back half of the divisions. However, you never know. An experienced driver like Monkey Mafia, that also being Beagle Hunter, stuff like that, potentially have an ace up their sleeve here. As A-Dub makes his way through Cop's Corner and then into Maggots and Beckett's eventually. Only thing so far, I wish he was taking better care of his tires really on this outlap. You don't really want to eat them up too much. Maybe he's just trying to get the line down correctly, which this series of corners very, very tricky to get correct, even in the best conditions, as we see now. So, it will be A-Dub, our current championship leader, out on his lap first. Here he is going through Stowe on his outlap. It's going to be very interesting to see what plays out here. Once again, 22 points separating Cynical and A-Dub. A-Dub onto the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight now to start his timed lap. Let's follow along with him. Down through Abbey and through the farm curve eventually. Pretty straightforward here. Although he has downshifted a bit prematurely there, I'd say, into Village and the loop. Let's see how he holds it. Into the loop he goes. Hold the apex nicely. Go out wide. Cut back in. Going through Aintree down into the Wellington Straight, which he does. This looks a good lap so far. No complaints from me, at least. Down into Brooklands now. Very, very tricky corner to get correct. Seems to be doing okay so far through Luffield and through Woodcote. I tell you what, not a bad lap from him so far. Down the National Pit Straight, heading down into Cops. Famous Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen corner. Wow, he really had to lift off just then. Very, very close as he heads into Maggots and Beckett's and the rest. Let's see what he does. Nicely across the curb there, you can see he's already chosen to go on to low fuel. Through Chapel now into the Hangar Straight. Let's see. Purple sector 1s and 2s, obviously. He's the first car out on track. Low fuel already. He's really going to give this one the beans. Hopefully he doesn't need to put in an extra lap here as he heads through Stowe. Down the hill, into Vale. Seems to be an okay lap so far. Through Club Corner, and then back into the Lewis Hamilton Straight here. Let's see what he's got. And it looks like a 1:27.6 is going to be the lap to beat. Next up is the Haas of Jorday. It's a good name. Jorday coming through the final corner now. That's actually his outlap. Behind him is the Red Bull of Team B7, also on an outlap. Team B7, I would say, one of the more experienced drivers perhaps on this grid. as Call Me Maybe goes second. Ooh, Team B7, and, well, that's got to be the best example of commentator curse you could probably ever have. Through the loop now. I tell you what, he's taking these corners a little bit wider than I probably would. However, if it gives him the speed, I'm not going to complain. Out of Aintree into the Wellington straight here. Seems to be doing okay. Timing line, where is he at? No purple for him. Into Brooklands now. Hugs the inside of the corner nicely. Oh, but look, he's gone really wide there. Maybe tries to diamond off the corner. He does do that. Does get a nice exit through Woodcote, down the National Pit Straight, heading into Copse. I would assume this is going to improve upon his previous attempt. Big slide, and around he goes. And he is safe on exit of Copse Corner, although he has probably chewed up that brand new set of Pirelli soft tires. That's not necessarily what you wanted to see. Here's an into Maggots and Beckett's now. Let's see how he handles it. Heavy across the curbs. You can see him here really going for it. Ooh, we've got Call Me Maybe. Actually, that's EDA Anto's gone off there. He's invalidated his lap as well. And that was kind of, as I don't want to say expected, but I figured it would be a bit tricky on those tires. Jourdain entering Stowe now on the low fuel mode as well. Oh man, I tell you what, it just looked a bit of a slide there. This isn't going to be a comfortable lap for him. An improvement, I'm not sure. Rounding Club Corner now into the Lewis Hamilton straight. Oh, I tell you what, this has a chance, you know. I do think he did improve. No, he didn't. A couple hundredths off from improving, actually. Yeah, that does seem what it's going to be. Beagle Hunter going into Vale now. This will be his timed lap next time up. 100% battery. When does he flick it on? Out of Club Corner now. Down the Hamilton straight. Heading into Avian Farm curve. Heavy over the inside curve. That was neatly done there. Still full throttle on his way through. Down into Village. Eventually the loop. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, again, another one of those drivers goes really out wide before flicking it back in. Almost like a Scandinavian flick if you're one of those rally drivers. Where you swing the back end of the car around and then immediately try to cut back in. Very tough maneuver to pull off. Purple Sector 1 from the Alfa Romeo driver. Holds it nicely through Luffield. Let's see what he's got. Oversteer on exit, not a chance. I tell you what, this looks not a bad lap whatsoever. He's only 5/100ths of a second, roughly, over his Alfa Romeo teammate in P4. Through Copse Corner now. Holds it nicely. A little bit slow, I'd say, through it. Doesn't get all the curb I'd like. Yellow flag for some reason. I don't know why it said that. Maggots and Beckett's now. Downshifts through. Downshifts again. This looks a good lap here from Beagle Hunter. Purple Sector 1 and Sector 2 for the Alfa Romeo driver. Into Stowe now. 1:40 left in the session. Neither of the two drivers ahead of him are going to have another opportunity to better their lap. This will be, most likely, the best attempt to get pole here. Rounding Club Corner now and into the Lewis Hamilton straight. This does have a chance, and he's just off by 0.2 of a second. He has improved, however, by 0.5 over his previous attempt, and now we have the situation where Cynical is at a huge disadvantage. Beagle Hunter separating the two championship contenders. What has happened, actually, to the Mercedes driver there? He was way off in the boonies just then, wasn't he? I'm not quite sure. Rob HD, finally, is he going to be making a qualifying attempt here? He is on a timed lap. 1 minute to go. Cynical and A-Dub both in the pits. They've done that. They've done all that they can do. Both Haas drivers on track now. Meanwhile, it's Purple Sector 2 from Rob HD. 50 seconds now in the session. Let's see if anybody can perhaps stick this one on pole. Beagle Hunter, although has put in a great lap, he is on 3-lap-old softs to start this race. Heavy over the initial curb going through Vale. That's cost him some time. Out of club. Oh, he's going to be millimetrically behind, and it is within 0.7 of a second. All of the top 6 drivers within 0.7, and a big slide through, very reminiscent of what Team B7 did. In fact, they nearly crossed over each other's tire marks there. Monkey Mafia to the line. Still 2 seconds off, unless he's starting his attempt now, and that's what it looks. Monkey Mafia starting his timed lap now. Rob HD, it appears, has retired from the session, as MCS Frenchie also off there. Wow, him and the Ferrari. What has happened here? Ooh, this is quite dramatic here. Call Me Maybe and MCS Frenchie both. No, that's actually Anto and Frenchie both, as Frenchie's also retired from the session. Both Frenchie and Anto had both kind of gone off track just then. Looks like maybe they've hit each other. Through the national pit straight now. Los Mandigos, is he on a timed lap? He's actually going to be this time by. He is going to attempt to improve as well. Final lap of the quali session over turn 17 corner there. Through club, as has a chance. Big bit of oversteer there. He's not been able to better his lap, albeit it was a very valiant attempt. The Haas of Jorday on his way into Vale now. Fresh set of softs. Can he improve? 27, and he does, so it is Jorday, P3 there for Haas. Very good qualifying effort from him, and now that puts Cynical even further away from his championship hopes. Monkey Mafia on his way through club corner now, and he does improve to 5th, so Haas, I tell you what, Cynical is in the middle of a Haas sandwich here. But it is A-Dub, who, by the way, made one attempt at the qualifying session. Stuck it on pole. Beagle Hunter did good to put it 2nd. And Jorday with a very late effort, but does well to put it P3. So it is now the championship leader of A-Dub on pole. Beagle Hunter 2nd, Jorday 3rd. Cynical, 2nd place in the championship, 22 points behind. He starts 4th. Monkey Mafia in 5th. Los Mandigos 6th. Rob HD 7th. Call Me Maybe 8th. Frenchie 9th. Green Hornet 10th. EDA Anto 11th. A78 Corvette is the final driver to stitch together a timed attempt. Behind him, Team B7 and ZGS both failing to put a time on the board. However, big story here, Cynical. Now, I tell you what, unless something absolutely ridiculous happens off the line, A-Dub has a huge advantage. But it's all going to depend on tire strategy. Let's see how that plays out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Lights are turning on. We have 3, 4, and 5. Pause. Go, go, go for the Division 5 championship round. A-Dub got a good start, but Beagle Hunter got an even better one. Has cleared the Alpine now. In behind, it looks like Cynical has fallen off. He's had cars go off in front of him. Monkey Mafia to his left side there. As A-Dub goes down to the inside on Beagle Hunter. This is for the lead here, side by side as they go through the loop and into Aintree now. And it looks all sorted. However, A-Dub has really been mugged off there of the top spot. Beagle Hunter has gotten a great opening start here so far. Cynical has had the opposite, mind you. He's gone down to P5 when he really needs to be challenging for these top spots now. A-Dub looking to the inside of Beagle Hunter. Really riding the curve to the inside of the corner. Right to the gearbox now. Oh, I don't have the telemetry on. Apologies for that. Down the national pit straight they go. Following in close behind is A-Dub. Beagle Hunter, relatively slow actually, going through that corner. Call Me Maybe, getting around the Rob HD here. Something's happened to the Rob HD. He's actually dropping back considerably, getting in front of the Mercedes of ZGS back there. Big into the grass there is A-Dub. That's not going to help his tire temperatures whatsoever. Mandigo's getting around Cynical here. Cynical has dropped back to P6. It's not been a good start whatsoever for the McLaren driver. This is what I was talking about, keeping the nerves at bay as he drops yet another position. Frenchie getting around him here, but meanwhile, side by side into Vale for the lead. Beagle Hunter still has it for now. It's still side by side, wheel to wheel on the opening lap of the Grand Prix, and A-Dub finally is able to take it back. A great opening battle there between these two. And it looks like for now, A-Dub is at a huge advantage. Rob HD coming into the pits. Right into the back of the Alpine goes Beagle Hunter. He spun it around. Crashes with the Haas of Jorday in front of him. Oh, and Beagle Hunter has made a huge error there. And now it's a 2.2 second gap between Jorday and A-Dub ahead. Monkey Mafia and his teammate working together. We have a yellow flag back there somewhere. To the inside goes Cynical. He's overtaken 2 cars in one go. What a move. Can he make it 3? Absolute guts there from Cynical. He saw the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo there, and he's done it in a third car now. Cynical on his way back into Brooklyn's when he overtook both the Alfa Romeo of Mendigos and Frenchie as well, and then decided I'll do another one. And then he went and overtook the Mercedes. Sorry, he overtook, I believe it was Call Me Maybe and Beagle Hunter. Wow. What a couple moves there. Cynical now looking to the right side of Jorday. Can he find it here? Mendigos has fallen all the way back to P10. We have another yellow flag. Someone has gone off somewhere. To the inside, right to the gearbox now. Look at Frenchie down to the inside. What has happened here between the Haas of Jorday and Cynical? Cynical now dropping back down to P5. Frenchie and Maybe went down to the inside and overtook the McLaren as he was for some reason battling with the Haas. And now we have drivers coming in. Jorday on his way in. Beagle Hunter and Mendigos all on their way in. It's not been an ideal start for the Alfa Romeo team. Biggest loser biggest gainer in the negative direction is unfortunately Beagle Hunter, who had the mistake going through Village in the loop. One of those corners, spun it round, and then made contact with somebody through there to no fault of his own. He just kind of went deep into the corner, followed in behind. I believe it was one of the Haas drivers, and then spun the car around. Meanwhile, A-Dub already out to a 6.5 second gap. The battle for third, though, is on, as it looks like ZGS has spun it round. Coming out of club corner, the Mercedes driver spun it round, trying to get the car, get the ship righted here. And unfortunately, it just doesn't play out that way. Once you overheat these tires, it's game over, really. DRS, as noticed, enabled. Doesn't look like anybody's got a move happening just yet, although it looks like Anto, is he going to make a move around Green Hornet here? Down to the inside he goes as they head down into Brooklands. And yeah, he does that nicely there. Looks like Team B7 went a bit wide through that combination of corners. It looks like, oh, something's happened there as Mendigos gone off. Oh, it just, the yellow flags are following Mendigos wherever he goes. Why is this happening? I'm not rightly sure. DRS open here for the McLaren. Can he find a way to get around the Ferrari of Call Me Maybe? Monkey Mafia, mind you, is actually starting to be reeled in here by Frenchie. Something has happened with Monkey, as that gap was about a second just half a lap ago. Ferrari goes deep into the corner, nearly slamming into the back of the Mercedes. It's like a car... Man, I'm not sure what's going on with the mini-map here. Yellow flags seeming to be often for no apparent reason. Remember, Dub in the lead of the championship by 22 points heading into the round. ZGS 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Not what he needed there. Battle now for second place. Monkey Mafia has it at the moment. Frenchie in behind. Call Me Maybe behind him, and Cynical even wants in on this as well. Now this Cynical really needs this spot, but it just doesn't look like he's got anything for him here. Remember, we saw Cynical in the qualifying. It really looked like he was on a higher downforce setting. We could see him slip through some of the corners, have some oversteer a lot more often than that of A-Dub, and I think that may be what's hurting him here potentially, as he's just not found any straight line speed enough to get around these, at least the Ferrari ahead of him. Once he does that, he may even have a shot at the Mercedes. You know, momentum piles up quite quickly here. Looks like the Ferrari's gone a little bit wide there. Cynical has done just that as well, and now the cars weave down the straight in order to try and break the toe. The Ferrari looks to the inside of the Mercedes of Frenchie. I think they did make contact there. Cynical wanted to get around the Mercedes, but contact potentially made between the Mercedes of Frenchie and Call Me Maybe. ZGS has done it in on exit of Club Curve, and it's a safety car. Now ZGS, look at this. He's done it in on track. Oh my goodness, and that is just not the way you wanted. Unless, has he just hit something? I'm not quite sure. As Green Hornet, 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Now this is such a disadvantage for A-Dub here, as we have drivers coming into the pits now. A-Dub's got to do another full lap around. Safety car in this lap. A-dub on the fresh mediums. A78 Corvette in behind on the 8-lap-old hards. Monkey Mafia third, fresh mediums. Call me maybe fresh mediums fourth. Frenchie fresh mediums in fifth. Now see, this is the thing here. Cynical, if you saw it, went in for the hards while all of his counterparts there in the top 5 went on the mediums. He talked himself out of the hards and then made a second stop, which has put him P13. A-dub's going to be leading the field to green here as he heads into Vale. Hopefully he doesn't overtake the safety car and get that kind of lag on the throttle, which it doesn't look like he will. And look at the gap he's already getting. Green flag in the air. A78 Corvette quite wide, going through that Monkey Mafia down to the inside now, side by side, into, what corner is that? That's Abbey, and then through Farm Curve. Finally gets sorted out. Corvette drops down to P4. Still doing everything it can. Whoa, really deep there goes Corvette. That's not gone well at all for him. It has it. Looks like Cynical's gotten around Green Hornet despite being on the fresh mediums as opposed to the fresh softs. Down to the inside now goes Frenchie on Corvette as they head into Brooklands. That move's been made nicely. Jorday looking for the move as well. Can he find it? To the left rear tire. Doesn't quite have it yet. Bodywork going flying back there. Somebody's hit somebody. Has that been the Ferrari of Anto? Does Anto have damage? It certainly kind of seems like it, and he does. He's missing the end plate on the left-hand side. Jorday getting around the Williams there, and look at Anto having to let traffic go by as he's got the wing damage now. Just goes from bad to worse for Ferrari. Beagle Hunter on his way back, trying to fight back after the incident he had earlier on. Looks like Cynical getting around Anto now. Beagle Hunter, can he find a move around the Rob HD? Looking to the inside, looking to the left side rather, up through into Stowe. Meanwhile, Call Me Maybe, he's hunting down EDA Monkey Mafia, but behind them still the battle now. It looks like to the right side now goes Beagle Hunter. Wow, big swerve there from Andigos, and he's gotten into the Rob HD. Oh, and that was, oh, and look at this. Rob HD getting into Beagle Hunter just then. Perhaps retaliating to the wrong Alfa Romeo driver. Yeah, look at this here. Very unhappy is Beagle Hunter now. You saw Mandigos, I believe it was, swerved into the path of the Rob HD to try to potentially make an overtake heading into Vale. Got in the way of Rob HD, gave him wing damage. Rob HD went and decided to go into Beagle Hunter there. A little bit of a wheel tap there. Oh, boys, calm it down now. Into Brooklands they go, and Beagle Hunter's really just going to have to calm himself down here. Into the gearbox now of the AlphaTauri. Man, I really don't want to see an intentional wreck here. Oh, God, don't make this mistake, please. Not Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, and no, thankfully they choose life for now. And yeah, there goes the bump there. Oh, my goodness, boys, stop it, please. Man, these guys really just on edge, as you can tell. Meanwhile, we do have Call Me Maybe battling with Monkey Mafia for the second spot. However, it really is these two here just... boys, this isn't NASCAR. Calm it down as they head into Stowe. Around the left side now, looking Beagle Hunter. Contact now between the two. Oh my God, guys, calm down, please. Side by side still. And look at this. So Rob HD is staying out here. What is happening here? Oh, God, look at this. Rob HD has gone really wide. Going to come back into the path of Green Hornet. Man, you just don't like to see this. Yeah, look, he's just going to... I don't think he's trying to necessarily cut this because just simply the wing damage he has. Oh, my God, don't hit the... Oh, guys, this is poor. Like, come on. Man, I tell you what, Rob HD has every right to be upset, but don't take it out on the wrong driver, number one, and don't take it out on track, number two. Every day of the week that ends with Y, I'd rather have a fight in the Discord than a fight on track, and I tell you what, Rob HD choosing to just up and leave the session. And the thing was, I mean... realistically, I mean, just off the top of my head, it didn't really look as if much was done wrong on the part of Mandigos. I mean, he has every right to attempt an overtake down into the corner. I think he definitely was potentially in position to do it. Maybe did Rob HD lack awareness, or was it just that much of a block between them? And I think Beagle Hunter really, as he gets around A78 Corvette here nicely, it seems, I think he really just... Man, that seemed like a whole lot of messing about for something that Beagle Hunter didn't even do, I don't think. I'd have to look at it again. Cynical now, P8, trying to find his way to the back of Team B7 here as Rob HD enters the pits, probably to the robot replacing his front wing. DRS activated for the McLaren. This is going to move him up to P7. Team B7, mind you, has 3 seconds of penalty. Currently, that's actually going to keep him in position at the moment, as that gap from Beagle Hunter to Team B7, 5.5 seconds nearly, as the field starts to kind of calm themselves down, thankfully. Call Me Maybe starting to fall off the tail end of Monkey Mafia here, it seems. Both drivers on 4-lap-old mediums, yet no DRS there. Team B7, can he perhaps find a way to strike back to the McLaren of Cynical? Remember, he's got the 3 seconds of penalty, so that's not necessarily going to be helpful to him. DRS activated for the McLaren. Can he find the way into Stowe? Let's see what he's got, and no, I just don't think he will. Not this time, at least. I think he knew better. Oh, wow, heavy over the boards there. Probably picking up a warning in the process. Green Hornet, can he find the inside of A78 Corvette before they head into Stowe? Yes, he does. Actually, no, he doesn't. Side by side here between these two. Both of them racing for position. Still side by side now as they're on their way to Vale. Corvette goes... Wow, actually still side by side now. Corvette still to the left side. Great battle here between these two. Corvette looks like he's got the advantage for now over the Alpine of Green Hornet. However, I'm sure that battle is not done yet. DRS here for the McLaren. Still now within 0.5 of a second. DRS for the McLaren. He is going to be looking for it. Can he find a move to be made as they exit Aintree? Down into the Wellington Straight. DRS activated here for the McLaren, down to the left side. And finally, now I tell you what, from a driver's perspective, that move looked a lot more difficult to make. Probably, I tell you what, that was just a bit strange. I think that took a little bit too long to make that move. Just my opinion. Anto picking up 3 seconds multiple warnings. That puts him up to 3, I believe. Nope, 6, my bad. 6 seconds of penalty there for the Ferrari driver. Meanwhile, at the top of the grid, Call Me Maybe within DRS range on Monkey Mafia for the second spot. Beagle Hunter closing in. It looks like the Red Bull of Team B7. Perhaps can he make an overtake here? B7's got penalties. Mandigos, can he find the left side of Cynical? That's a gutsy maneuver to make. Around the left side through Stowe as Beagle Hunter does get the move made on Team B7 there. Nicely done. Cynical does get the move around Mandigos there, although Mandigos still within 0.4 of a second on that of the McLaren. Team B7 now starting to fall off the back of the Alfa Romeo there. Meanwhile, still now, the battle for third. Oh, and Anto's just retired from the session on track. Yikes, and a full safety car. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord, this is just so painful. This should not be happening, I'm sorry. You cannot be retiring on track. Safety car, I would assume, will be coming in this lap. We will have 6 laps to go of racing. Safety car in this lap. 6 laps to go, this time at the stripe. Monkey Mafia in the lead. Call Me Maybe second. Meanwhile, Ferrari, look at them. They're in this as well. Alpine, a little bit further behind, 306. Ferrari 289, so it really is the Alpine team that's kind of next in line for the Constructors' Championship. However, it looks like Haas has the advantage now. Monkey Mafia will be leading the grid to green here. In first, fresh softs. Maybe in second, fresh softs. EDA Monkey Mafia rounding club corner now into the Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight, and the race is on. 6 laps to go of racing. And it looks like Jordi, can he find a way around the Mercedes of Frenchie? Doesn't happen yet. Remember, Cynical's got to win the race to win the championship. Looking to the left side of Jordi, doesn't quite happen yet. A-Dub up to 11th and then up to 10th. He's got himself quite the comfortable cushion at the moment. Dub up to 10th. That makes the gap 12 points. Jordi trying to reel in the Mercedes of Frenchie here. I believe with the penalty, it's going to put him on podium either way. However, that doesn't mean it's safe. A-Dub, can he get around his teammate of Green Hornet here? I think Hornet's going to have to let him by. Yeah, good teamwork there from the Alpine drivers. A-Dub just has to finish the Grand Prix and he'll win himself a Drivers' Championship here in Division 5. Team B7 trying to reel in the Alfa Romeo of Beagle Hunter. Wow, quite slow there through Maggots and Beckett's goes Team B7. Quite an advantage now goes Beagle Hunter. Down to the inside looks Mandigos on Cynical. Doesn't quite happen. Jordi still looking to get back to Frenchie here. Meanwhile, the top two of Monkey Mafia and Call Me Maybe starting to etch out a gap here. It looks like A-Dub's gotten around Team B7. Monkey Mafia fastest lap. Beagle Hunter, can he reel in his teammates of Los Mandigos here? Mandigos on 3-lap old mediums. 5 laps to go. Jordi still trying to work his way back to the Mercedes of Frenchie. A-Dub in the mix of it here. Remember, he's just got to finish to win the championship. Big line of cars swerving down the straight in order to try and break the tow as they head into Brooklands. Monkey Mafia's got Call Me Maybe in behind. No DRS yet, I don't think. Los Mandigos trying to find his way around Cynical. A-Dub in pursuit as well. Mandigos, can he look to the inside? Oh God, this is so stressful, and somehow they get away from it okay. Mandigos really wanted that position, and he got it. He kept it. Team B7, multiple warnings, 3 seconds of penalties for him. Man, it's not often that people go side by side into Cop's corner and come out unscathed, but it's worked there. 0.8 of a second now, the gap from Call Me Maybe to Monkey Mafia. Nothing to report yet. A-Dub wants in on this. He wants to get around Beagle Hunter. He's going to look down to the inside. Monkey Mafia, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Cynical goes wide through Vale, and now A-Dub to the back of Cynical here, getting around Beagle Hunter. EDA Monkey Mafia, just when you thought he could have etched out a win here. It may just go the way of the Ferrari of Call Me Maybe. Round the left side of Cynical goes A-Dub, in a move that surely will lock up the championship now. Beagle Hunter to the back of the McLaren. DRS will be enabled. The rear wing opens for the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. The Alpha of Beagle Hunter down to the inside of Cynical. Still okay here, maybe a little contact there. Cynical goes wide through Brooklands. Side by side, still exiting Woodcote. Still looking for it now, down the National Pit Straight. These two went side by side through Cops earlier. Does it work this time as well? And it does. However, Beagle Hunter still trying to look to the inside. Meanwhile, top of the grid, Call Me Maybe on his way to trying to get to the back of Monkey Mafia. DRS will be open. The gap back to leader, Monkey Mafia, will drop beyond P4 at the moment as Call Me Maybe takes over the lead of the Grand Prix. Jordi up to third, getting around Frenchie. Up the inside through Stowe. That looked a great move. Monkey Mafia, man, oh man. I just wonder, I didn't quite catch on to where the mistake was made, but a mistake it was. And just when you thought A-Dub made some sort of unbelievable error pitting under the safety car, he actually realized that he doesn't need to go full corn here. He can just finish the race and get himself a championship as long as Cynical doesn't win. Cynical heavy over the curb, Beagle Hunter and him side by side. Potentially contact there. Definitely contact there. And no, and Cynical! Oh, wow, he saved the car. Man, oh man, that was a beautiful save from the McLaren. But it just goes from bad to worse. And you knew the deck was stacked against the McLaren after the qualifying session starting on the second row. And I think it's proving here that maybe the occasion just got to him here. Around the left side now goes A-Dub on Beagle Hunter. Oh God, does this end well or poorly? And it ends well for now. Man, oh man, they do... A-Dub does not need to be racing this hard, guys. He's literally 2 laps away from earning himself a driver's championship, and he's going side by side, going through cops. What a knucklehead. I'll give it great effort. You love to see it. You love to see good racing. But he doesn't need to. He just needs to finish. Looks like Cynical getting around Team P7 there as they head through Stowe. And look at he's dropped all the way back down to P8 now. It looks like Monkey Mafia now will be dropping back roughly to that of P5, maybe P6. As the field 2 laps to go now. A-Dub looking to get to the back of Mandigos here. Corvette getting around Rob HD, going through Vale. Or so it seems for now. DRS is going to be open once again. Let's see if A-Dub can get around Mandigos here. To the back of the Alfa Romeo, now to the left side, getting back into line. Mandigos really trying to cut him off. Monkey Mafia actually contesting for the lead now, deep into the corner. Goes the Alpine, and a 3-second time penalty for the Alpine of A-Dub. Still trying to hang it round the left side of the Alfa Romeo. Contact being made there. Absolutely no business to be racing this hard. Just finish the damn race, A-Dub. Man, oh man, I tell you what, once again, Cynical's gonna have to win and A-Dub's something's gonna have to happen. For now, it looks like everything's okay. DRS here for Call Me Maybe, but it looks now, perhaps, Monkey Mafia won't be falling outside the podium places. He's got just a few tenths in between. Very, very close. A-Dub with the time penalty. Final lap of the Grand Prix, this time by Monkey Mafia. Surely not going to be winning the race now. Maybe he'll salvage P4. Certainly going to be close. A-Dub to the inside now of Mandigos. Oh God, this is so tough racing here. A-Dub really wants the position on the Alfa Romeo. And by God, he's going to try to get it. Beagle Hunter now. Can he find the back of the Alpine? He's going to look for it. A-Dub looking to the inside on Mandigos. Beagle Hunter to the outside of A-Dub. He's in an Italian sandwich here. And now A-Dub, can he still find a way around the Alfa Romeo? This is a huge battle to watch here if anything happens to A-Dub. I'm going to be jumping out of my seat. Still looking to get back to Mandigos now. A-Dub is half a lap away from winning himself a championship. Wing damage there, and he loses another spot. Back down here. Contact being made. Down the hangar straight now, side by side with the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo Beagle Hunter down to the inside. A-Dub, just back off, man. Stop fighting them, for God's sakes. EDA Monkey Mafia rounding the final few corners now. It will be Monkey Mafia, but actually Call Me Maybe taking the Grand Prix, but it will be Haas taking the Constructors' Championship, and it will be A-Dub taking the Drivers' Championship here in Division 5. Good God Almighty. It nearly ended in destruction for the Alpine. However, he's gotten away scot-free. Call Me Maybe takes the win. Haas takes the Constructors' Championship. And A-Dub takes the Drivers' Championship here. So after it's all said and done, Call Me Maybe takes the win. The Haas team taking the Constructors' Championship with Jorday in second, Monkey Mafia third, Beagle Hunter and Mandigos, a great effort from both of them, finished fourth and fifth after all they've had to deal with. A-Dub taking the Drivers' Championship, P6, Frenchie 7th, Cynical 8th, Green Hornet 9th, 10th is Team B7, 11th Rob HD, 12th A78 Corvette, Anto, DNF, ZGS, DNF, and guys, that was an absolutely great race there. I really wish I was along with Div 5 more this season to see that unfold. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for putting up and watching week in and week out for the Midwest F1 League as we head to F1 22 in just a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.